call on Costello. The Honourable Costello.
You're just fighting for it, Mr. Speaker.
That's very good of Mr. Costello for you.
I'm very short, he couldn't see me. I rise on behalf of New Zealand First to speak in support of this bill and commend the process of establishing a separate select committee, which I think will be very important moving forward to ensure we continue with this clear bipartisan approach. There are some important aspects of this constitutional arrangement that the Parliament bill will achieve, and I think that in the long term this is about improving our democratic processes and systems, and the independence around the financial funding will be highly well received and simplify a lot of complexity that currently exists. I would like to speak briefly around the protection of our open and accessible Parliament, and the importance of our democratic process relies on our public having accessibility to this House, and I would commend and I have high degree of respect for the security services that are provided in this precinct. Having a previous role many years ago running security in this precinct, I was warmed by the fact that when I returned some nearly 20 years later, I was greeted by familiar faces, so that continuity of service and professionalism that is delivered by security services is important. But I think the key point which is needing to be emphasised is that in order to protect our open and accessible democracy, we need to ensure that the public who enter this place and the people that work here are assured of a level of protection and assurance that they will be safe and that they will be able to be heard. And unfortunately, the nature of our changing times is that we do need to step up security presence, and we know we have a very commendable model that has been introduced in the courts and has been highly successful, and I think that model will continue to be a guide to this way forward. I know there will be a lot of important complex discussions as we go through this debate, but foundationally this is an important piece of legislation with, of course, constitutional implications, but I think to the benefit overall of our democracy, and I take pleasure in commending this to the House.
Basically, she said, hold it to your butts because we're going to make things worse and we don't want you guys protesting outside of Parliament.
Well, she's part of the party that was sitting there going out, greeting the protesters in 2022, going, I love you guys, we're one of you, we believe everything you say, and the people in the uniforms are the bad guys, you know, the ones that you're writing signs saying hang them high on their front doorstep, but we want to look after those security services.
I'm glad that she got to have a happy reunion with people that she met, 20 years ago or whatever. Yeah. It's a shame that other parliamentary members don't get to have that same opportunity because the government cut a whole bunch of jobs.
Yeah.
Yes, or they don't give jobs to their mates, such as Georgina Beyer never got asked to do any what's it called, those review works after was done. It was something that brought up in Q&A quite a number of years ago, that one person who never got asked about doing any of it was Georgina Beyer, who actually would have been one who would actually benefit the most from that because of, one, her expertise, but two, she could have done with the money.
Yeah. Georgina was lovely. I remember meeting her in person when she was working, I think it was at Michael Hill's. Nice lady.
Was she at Michael Hill at one stage?
I think she was working. Yeah, I think I do recall her working there.
Oh. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah, I mean, that could have been, because did that happen before her health went downhill?
Before.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because my dealings with her is only once her health went downhill. Yeah, which was pre-kidney transplant, post-kidney transplant, and then the lovely text message going, it hasn't gone down well, I'm back in renal failure, it's not particularly going good. And then, and then in turn, and I had that straight as a text message, doing it, and then at the bottom of the message was, make sure you make 2022, it's in the ballot, shows a success. People like me need this tool because we can't get out of the house. That just tells you about Georgia. For someone who hated the internet, but she understood what it was trying to do.